Alright, so this is the code for my mod that I'm creating for Minecraft 1.8. I will be updating to Minecraft 1.9, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a few changes, but for now, let's just stick to Minecraft 1.8. And there's a lot of hysteria, I guess, around how to do world, or generation in Minecraft 1.8, since it's quite different to Minecraft 1.7. And I actually had stumbled just a little while ago on this as well. I was having crashes, and I was having errors and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna show you how to kind of fix all this. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, in your main mod class right here, make sure that the game registry line for the to register the world generation is in the pre-initializer, and also make sure that it's after these, because if you're going to be coding in Java reads from top to bottom. It doesn't read just like, oh, okay, I'm going to read here, I'm going to read here, and then I'm going to read here, and then here, and then da 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 Minecraft. No, it doesn't work like that. It goes down, and then once it gets to a point where it's going to reference something, like for example right here modblocks.init, then it's going to say, oh, well, what's this? Let's go ahead and go there. So so it's going to open that up, and it's going to say, oh, okay, so here's the, blah, 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 and it's going to read all that. So you have to make sure that this right here is after all this, so that it loads up the blocks first, and then loads up your items, and then it can spawn them, or else you're going to have some major lag, because it's going to try and spawn this. It's going to try and spawn all these before they're even put into the world. So next, you want to make sure that in the switch part, in the switch method right here, the world.provider.getDimensionID, there is no such thing. Instead of having it just dimension ID, here, let me just type out how it would be. So dimension ID, that is no longer in Minecraft. Instead, it's going to be a method. See, if we look here, the field worldprovider.dimensionID is not visible. And if we go to the provider here and then try and look for dimension ID, it's going to be private. I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can look for it. Dimension ID. Yeah, it's not going to be here because it's probably somewhere else. Or actually, let me see here. I think it's in World Provider, isn't it? Yeah, right here. So yeah, it's protected. So you have to do a lot of changing, and you have to do a lot of rewriting around, and you basically have to break the code in order for it to be dimension ID. So instead, it has to be the method get dimension ID, and then it should work. So instead, it's going to get the dimension ID, and it's going to do all that and get the protected dimension ID for you, and it's just a lot better. Next, in your generate org right here, you want I'm using the code that Mr. Crayfish is teaching or taught in his 1.7.10. When he said in his 1.8 series that the 1.7.10 and such works the same as in 1.8, he's actually mistaken. I don't think he actually played around with the OR generation. He might have, and he might have had the same, but it's all completely different. So what you want to do is, in the world gen mineable, when you have your world gen mineable variable right here, you want to change the parameters you want to type in worldgen mineable gen equals new worldgen mineable, and then you want to do block dot get default state method. And then you want to type in vein size, or whatever the size of the vein that you want to do. But to make things easier, just follow along what Mr. Crayfish taught, because it's really easy, and it's just gonna save you a lot of time if you do it this way. So vein size right here, and I have the integer vein size and all this math crap. And basically it just because if we go on over to worldgen mineable, it uses iBlock state. What the heck is that? And it also uses predicates. And instead of using this one, which is the one that we originally had to use, or actually instead it was block, and then block int vein size, and then block stone, like what, or generate in the block that you wanted to generate in, and then all of that. Instead, we're going to be using this. So you're putting block dot get default state, which is an iBlock state method. So it just makes things so much more easier. And then right here is the size that you want to do, and then it automatically does blocks.stone for you right there. But you can also change it around up here and do blocks.stone, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, because of this right here. And in the gen.generate, you want to make sure that it's so you call this method, not method, you want to call this variable right here, and inside the for loop you want to put gen.generate, as usual, and then again as usual world random, and then instead you want to do new block position, because in the generate method it was changed to only have 3 variables, 3 parameters, and this is block position. And in the block position, you're gonna need the X, Y, and Z, and you just put in the X rand, Y rand, and Z rand as you defined all up here. And once you got all that, then everything else should be exactly the same. Everything else should be the same, and even here it should all be the same. So that should really clear some things up for when you're doing ore generation, and you can just change up your code to meet the requirements that I just explained. So I really hope this helps you, and if it does, then go ahead and give it a like, comment. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it down in the comments, or you can message me, and yeah, you can also subscribe for some Minecraft videos and stuff, and go ahead and just do what you want. So yeah, I will see you later.